Hello and welcome to Mad Owl Goes Racing, and today we're back in Automobilista 2 and we're having a look at the Beta 0930, which has appeared yesterday. Before I start, I should say there was another update about 5:30 this morning. Renato was up working. He didn't actually put any notes out for that because he was absolutely knackered, not surprisingly. So I don't know what else was changed in that update, but I will read what's in the current release notes, and I may put out an addendum with the changes if and when they appear. But we'll start off with the blurb at the top, which is this week's update. The focus once again has been the FFB Physics AI combo as we move these fronts, as a bit of an English faux pas there, as with these fronts come full circle for version 1 release. Basically saying that they're getting to the point of version 1 release, so these are getting fairly close to what they expect them to be like. So FFB especially being fairly representative of its version 1.0 form. Further changes now will be restricted to bug fixes, car specific fine tuning, and those resulting from physics adjustments. Excuse me, it's too early in the morning. Haven't had enough coffee. Relative to FFB in 921, the changes have been a slight refactoring of the way steering arm forces pass on to. Got bloody light shining on me thing here. I'll make it a bit bigger for my poor old eyes to see. Pass on to the FFB should provide a slightly tighter wheel around the centre, slightly reduce the filters that were added in previous update, and added soft lock for wheels that still didn't have it. Further testing needed there. Yeah, some of the filters they thought were a bit over the top, so you should get a little bit more road noise feel from this. Please be aware, this is important, old default FFB profile has been discontinued in V093. Now there's only one default profile, and the custom option should only be selected if you have modified your custom FFB file, otherwise it will be exactly the same as Jedi. On the physics front, there's been another round of fine-tuning, with most cars receiving a few updates, most substantial being fixes to the Formula V10, the Super V8, the Formula Classic G3 M3 and the Supercar. Brakes have also been further fine-tuned, the main change being greatly reduced brake performance when cold, so be careful in your first corner exiting the pits. Tyre physics on wet surfaces have also received some attention, highlight being fixed excessive slick grip on a wet track for compounds in which that was an issue. As usual, make sure to reset your setups if you have any changes from default auto saved. AI has received another calibration pass and performance parameters for practice qualifying, which before were assigned globally for every car, causing a lot of fluctuation in AI performance for those sessions relative to the race skills. That was all in brackets. Now have customised values per car, offering much better balance relative to their race performance. Balance of speed in slower corners versus high have also been further calibrated to be closer to players' performance. The AI still works better with settings around 100% strength, 50% aggression, with lower and higher values not offering the range of adjustment one would expect. Revising the AI strength logic is next up on the list. Excuse me. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out. Version 9.3.0 changelog content added hot cars, which is an early 80s Brazilian touring car series, which I will have a look at in a minute. UI and HUD show disabled texted lobby session info if practice quality are disabled. Adjusted opacity of main HUD element containers. Fixed race over countdown. Added selected state to in-game chat text entry boxes. Fixed incorrect vehicle statistics for various touring car classics. Added missing Formula V fin statistic. Right. Fin. Not sure what statistic that is, but fixed track logos being retained from previous track selection when current doesn't have one. Force feedback, as mentioned, slightly refactored, God, I hate that word, I can't say it. Refactored the way steering arm forces pass on to FFB. It should, as mentioned, provide a slightly tighter wheel around the centre. Slightly reduced the filters that added in previous update. Added soft lock for wheels that still didn't have it. Work in progress. Disabled old default FFB profile, so if you were using the old one, you can't anymore. FFB profiles with lock stops enabled and new exposed values in them. Physics globally reduced slick grip on wet tracks. So there were one or two cases where the slicks gave way more grip than they should have done. I mean, the fall off in excuse me a minute. Yeah, the fall off in wet from a damp track should be very small. It's only when you start getting a bit more moisture and there starts to be a bit of moisture get between the tyre and the track, you should actually start getting a bit of issue with it. Revised aero efficiency losses with yaw for various cars. Super V8 fixed error in steering lock range, adjusted default arb and camber settings. Revised Formula Classic front and rear wing for more consistent downforce increments across proportional changes of wing angles. Reduced bumpiness over grass and gravel to address collision issues whilst running off track. Yes, it was a bit over the top. The fact that as soon as you got off on a gravel trap, you were actually flying most of the time. Fixed rear brake cooling in various Formula cars. Revised restitution values for crashing into walls and barriers. I have no idea what the restitution values means, but I'm sure we'll work it out eventually. Moved default brake bias slightly to the front for front wheel drive cars. Reduced brake efficiency when cold. Fuck's sakes. Fixed missing fifth gear in Passat Classic B. Formula V10 fixed error in fast damper range. Formula Classic Gen 2 disabled a redundant engine boost function. Formula Ultimate slightly increased carcass load stiffness. Adjusted Rocco aero balance and default setup. Apala fixed rear brakes. I think they might have been overheating. MCR S2000 fixed missing rear tyre warmers. They were stone cold coming out of pits, which was interesting. AI performance multipliers for practice and qualifying sessions are now customised per car and proportional to their race performance. Improved AI skill when driving off the racing line and reduced range for factoring cars up ahead. Improves their pace on initial laps and reduces hesitation while being passed. Further boost to AI awareness when behind human players. Calibrated peak AI corner grip and grip multipliers resulting in better speed mid-corner through slow stroke mid-speed corners. More realistic speeds through fast corners. Improved AI skills when off the racing line, resulting in less first corner slowdowns and better pace over first lap. So basically when they're off line a bit, they shouldn't sort of go, what am I doing, and get all arsey and slow down and get in your way. Calibrated AI throttle application for all cars to better correspond with human ability. Reduced AI boost under braking during an overtake. Reduced minimum straight length for KERS boost application. Improved AI ability through water puddles, less lifting off the throttle. Slightly bumped up AI speed under yellow and blue flags. Revised AI paths for Londrina, both layouts. Tracks, updated TV cameras for Donington and Kansai. Kyalami, updated curb textures. Hareth, snap revised road noise. Snap revised, not sure. Updated walls and barriers to latest standards. Montreal, fixed bug causing cars to visually appear to float over track surface. Again, that'll be one of those where the physical track surface you're running on and the visual track surface don't quite line up, so you get these weird sort of tyres disappearing into the tarmac or floating above it. Vehicles added cockpit windscreen reflections to Super V8, Ultima GTR Race, Ultima GTR Road, Touring Car Classics, adjusted visual brake glow ranges, Formula Ultimate 2019 added rain light, Formula V added rain light, MCR S2000 new liveries updates, redesigned for numbers 10, 13, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 14, Formula Trainer, new community skins 21, 22, 23, 24, and MRX P3 revised liveries. I just about made it through that. I will have to edit out the coughs and splutters there. That's only the second coffee of the morning, hence the voice. I need more throat lubrication. Yeah, I need to be able to learn to talk as well, but there we go. Right, what I'm going to do is have a look down here, and where are we? As they said, new class is Hot Cars, which was an 80s Brazilian touring car series. Now, anybody who knows anything about the 80s touring car scene around the world will think, oh, BMW M3s, Merc 190s, things like that. Oh no, not in Brazil. No, we've got two basically VW Beetles. That's a I can't remember what that is. That's a VW Passat. I can't remember what that is. But what we're going to excuse me, what we're going to do is take one of them and go for a run round. Where are we going to go? No. Where was it going to go? Not there. High bar. I always forget what it's called. Gonna have a wander around here for a couple of laps in this car. I'm assuming this is going to be an H-pan job, but now a lot of people look at this and they go, another boring slow car. There is, I mean, it says it's got 150 horsepower. I don't know what it's actually got, but around here we're 2,500 metres above sea level. It's likely to be a lot less, and if we just pull up the telemetry, if I get my brain in gear and the car and drive out, how embarrassing, I stalled the car and I've just gone the wrong way down the pits. Let's try going the right way. Yep. Don't hit the end of the barrier. Right. I love that. Unsafe pit exit. That was the pit entrance. Whatever. Right. What we got? 120 odd horsepower. So we lost about probably 30 horsepower. Fourth there, silly boy. Now, I haven't changed anything in my FFB. In fact, I hadn't actually fired this up until I started waffling. So, literally nothing has changed in my FFB. So I'll be on the new one, and it'll be whatever FFB settings I had. And I have to say, it's definitely got tighter in the middle, and it feels pretty damn good. Yeah, I feel there's definitely a nice edge to the, if anything it's a little bit maybe it needs a LFB. The general consensus seems to be you might need to turn the LFB down a bit and possibly the gain a bit. I am going to just drive over here and I'm just going to have a look around, because I have to say this circuit is absolutely beautiful. Oh, let's try not to hit the wall. If I stick the car in neutral, am I in neutral? Might be. And press a few buttons. Oh, wrong button. We'll get there eventually. And hopefully I'll set this up so I can do this. So you can have a look and say, if you want a really beautiful piece of scenery to have a racetrack around, I have to say, you can't do much better than that, can you? Look at that, absolutely amazing. It's, I believe at one point they actually had a racetrack right round, is it this one? Right round the outside of the lake. Was what they started off with as a racetrack around here, and then they ended up making it that. I have to say, that looks lovely. Right, back in the car. Yes, there is. Whoop. Shit! Won't do as it's bloody told. Right. Now, I know a lot. Oh, God, my voice. Oh, bugger. Start it again. Slip the clutch a bit. It's got all its weight over its arse, so yeah, it does bog down a bit. Now, a lot of people will go, I don't like these really low-end cars. They're so slow. That's part of the fun. I mean, I spent yesterday, the RWB boys have their Thursday evening mini league, which is basically race room, one car, 5 tracks, short races, 8 minutes, and we ended up in the little NSU TT, and frankly it's quite gutless, got terrible brakes, but hilarious fun to drive. I love the fact around this corner there's this big hole in the tarmac there. Like, obviously modelled where there's a bit of a big dip in the tarmac. It's all that little attention to detail that makes a difference between that. Just a good sim and a great sim, I think. I keep forgetting where I am around this track. I keep mistaking that corner with a previous one. And ended up blaring into one far too fast or going around one far too slow. But, don't know what's got Brazilian flags, because this is in Ecuador. But are we warming the tyres up? Yep, slowly but surely. Got to get a nice feel for what the tarmac's doing. Just gentle. I feel it there, loading up nicely. As you turn in. Yep. Front end's talking to me, back end's talking to me, everything you need to know. Yep. Actually getting a little bit of a whoa, bit too much. Like I said, I keep mistaking which corner I'm on. I was just about to say, I could actually feel the little patches of tarmac as I ran over them as well, which is interesting. They've put a little, not a lot, but just a little bump on those, so you can actually feel as you go over different bits of tarmac. Doesn't need a lot, just enough, just for you to be able to feel the difference. And that's those little details which make all the difference, I think. Right. Probably help if I pulled up the track map so I can actually see where I'm going. I thought I had the track map up, but maybe this one hasn't got a track map yet. I thought it had. But yeah, the FFB is, I think, improved again. Like I said, I will have to see later if there's some more release notes. I'll just finish this one lap and see if I can actually manage a full lap without making a complete cock up of it. Like I said, there's still the option to play a bit more with sort of combination of gains, LFB. I think FX is much more a case of whatever you like, because it's obviously just trying to sort of give you a bit more detail on some of the stuff, but let's see if we can get it right. Now, this is the one that's a little kink. This one's the 180-degree-ish one. Strange, it's just sometimes you get on a track and you go, yeah, that takes me about half a lap to learn it. Other ones, doesn't matter how often I come back to them, I keep going, I'm in the wrong place. This is one of them. It's probably because I'm admiring the scenery too much. Who knows? Didunk, didunk. A massive improvement in lap time. No surprise considering I actually made it round the lap without going off the circuit. Right, well that's 0.9.3.0. Like I said, there may be an addendum to this either later today or maybe tomorrow morning, whichever. Again, nice improvement in the FFB. Hopefully the AI improvements will show through as well. I will have a look maybe later at doing a bit of an AI race to have a look to see how they are coming along. I did an AI race or two last week and they looked a lot better. How they'll do across classes and across tracks, that's where the real balance work comes in, and that's where in some ways SMS failed rather. The variability in the speed across with a single class across tracks and potentially between classes where you had an AI set in, but it seemed so variable at times. And it just basically comes down to how much time you've got or are prepared to put into polishing the crap out of things, and Reza will, I have no doubt at all, polish the crap out of it. So for me, for now, I've got to nip over to Butcher's and go and get some meat. So that's all for me for now. Enjoy your racing, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.